You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, the pulse of Americana, with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker, Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, then your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Good morning. Welcome into Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. Let's go on to Arkansas. Come on. Bid against the law. We're so thankful that you choose to join us here each and every morning on your favorite, the smartest, the best show in morning radio. Let's get the guys in here. Let's see what in the world is going on with everybody. We've got producer Connor. We've got my man Jonah. We've got Ty. We got Bro Montana over on Master Controls of the ones and twos. Gentlemen, how are we this morning?
Good.
Well, I guess I need to unmute everybody when I ask you.
I'm still good.
How is everyone?
I was good. Now I done forgot.
Yeah. Now I done forgot. Forgot your English, forgot your manners, or forgot civil.
All of them.
All the above.
All of them.
What about you over at Bro Montana?
I'm good. I'm up.
You've got that creeper
So
stash going solid.
Yeah, you like it?
I dig it.
Yeah? Yeah, 70s porn called. They said they wanted their stash back.
That's exactly what I'm going for.
Well, you have knocked that one out of the ballpark. You're a regular Johnny Wad, let me tell you.
Johnny Wad.
For those of you who don't know who that is, listen to his podcast about his life. It's pretty impressive. Anyways, producer Connor, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right?
Yeah, it's okay.
I came to him too early in the morning. You would have thought I've learned my lesson. In the year that we've been doing this, you would have thought, has it been a year since we started the podcast?
No, it'll be a year after all the filming.
Oh, yeah, so March.
March 18th, I think, was the first day.
Hey, look at that. I knew he'd pull that
You
rabbit
mean
out of his hat.
After 15 months to flatten the curve? Was that it?
The 1 year anniversary of our 14 days.
Lord have mercy. Help, somebody throw the red flag on this.
The 1 year anniversary of our 14 days to flatten the curve. Yeah, that, how about that? Wow, that really got out of control. Like,
It can't, I mean, it's,
that got on up in a hurry.
yeah, it's quick.
Wow. Wow, 15 days, 15 months. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, when you moving into Huntsville, Hayden?
This weekend, Saturday.
I don't have a pickup truck. I cannot help.
My bad.
I don't need your help.
Okay, good. My back's killing me.
I got plenty of friends that
listen
are already
to him.
willing.
Listen to
All
him.
I
I've
gotta
got
do is
plenty of
provide-
friends. I've got plenty of friends.
All I gotta do is provide beer and pizza, and then
All the porn
they flock.
stars have friends, you know?
Shut up.
Porn stars have lots of friends.
Why are you moving to Huntsville? Are you getting married or something?
Nah, I just moved to Huntsville. Got an apartment downtown.
Because he doesn't like money.
I know, that's right.
Because he doesn't enjoy having any money. That's why.
I got out
Well,
of
my
Huntsville
girlfriend's
about
moving in with
15
me,
years
so-
ago. Never looked back.
His girlfriend's moving with him, so he really doesn't like money. Like he has taken a vow of poverty, and he's decided to become a monk.
Yeah. Nah, I just like to have fun.
Yeah, we can see that, Johnny. You need to Google that, by the way. I'm talking
Do
to
I?
you, Hayden. If you're listening to the show, please don't Google that. But everyone else needs to Google that. That really, really interesting story of his life. I mean, that very, very, very disturbing human being, but incredible story of his life. I'm not going to lie to you. Look him up.
What's his
Hayden.
name?
I don't want to say it a second time. I've said it once. I'll text it to you, Hayden. I already crossed the line saying it the first time, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it over on the other side of that line, and I'll text it to you. But
right.
he was just a regular Joe that became a big G.I. Joe, if you will. See what he did there?
I tell you, yesterday I tried to just see if Parler was back up, and I couldn't remember if you spelled it with an E-R or an O-R. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, one of them straight porn side. I'm like, what? had to back out of that in public real quick. I mean,
Oh man, that's okay. I remember the first time I was trying to buy some shoes at Dick's, and I just got online and searched for Dick's. I was like, well, from now on, I will be referring to it as Richards.
well, like they changed the format, so it looked different. And I'm like, oh, this is a fake one. It must be the OR or something like that. And I was like, well,
Hello,
it definitely ain't that one either.
hello.
I guess they all got hijacked.
Was it 1 or 3 clicks before you figured that one out?
No, it was just straight up like.
It didn't even get past the homepage.
I was like .com, and I was like, oh goodness, I should have just Googled it first and then found something.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the online searching and stuff.
I mean, I thought I knew it, so I just went straight to it. Parlor.com, EROR, no, negative.
For the record, which one is the correct
I'm pretty
one?
positive it's ER, and they just changed the format, so
ER.
everything's all good. Yeah, the format changed.
Okay. So for those of you that are now typing in PARLOR, we know you're a dirty person.
Mm-hmm. And it's Dick's Sporting Goods, by the way.
Yes, it is. No, that was disturbing the first time I wanted to buy some shoes online and just typed in Dick's to the old computer. Didn't think anything about it. So, like I said, we've started referring to it as Richards around our house.
Yes.
And that way we know exactly what we're looking for. So, it's funny the age of the .com, the Google. It just you can literally Google anything. How old are you, Ty?
39.
39. How old are you?
40.
40. I'm 34. 33, actually. I keep trying to give myself that extra year already. It doesn't happen till March. But, if you think about, Connor, when was Google officially, when did it start? Like the actual service, the ability to go on there and search on Google. When could we start doing that? Can you find that out for me?
Search 98 maybe.
I mean, I remember if you had the internet way back in the day, you couldn't use your phone at the same time because it was all dial up through the phone.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So weird.
Well, yeah. No, that is.
I'm on the internet, can't call. I gotta
Yeah.
log out.
I'm AIMing my girlfriend. Don't call me. Everybody remember AIM? AIM? Really? AOL. You log into AOL, go do, and you get that little login box, and then it sends it and it logs you in, and then you got a screen name. Mine was L Force Rider 138, and then you had a screen name, and then you got to you don't remember any of this?
All we had
First
was
you had to go through the.
yeah. I mean, that's just what my buddy said. All we had at our house was rabbit ears. That's it.
I forgot that you were poor.
Super.
I mean, I was not. I mean, we were not rich by any stretch, but we were not poor.
Yeah, we was poverty.
Like straight poverty.
We was peasants.
I kind of remember when Google started picking up, and I was like, I'm not using this stupid thing because I use Yahoo for everything.
Oh, you were one of those. You were a traitor. No, I don't know what that even means. So did you say 98, Connor? Was that accurate? Was your recollection correct? It's a shocker. It's rare that you're correct about that. I'm kidding. I'm totally joking. 98. So that would have been a mere 7 years before I graduated high school, Connor. Can you imagine? I would have been 11. You've not grown up a single day of your life without being able to go to the Googler.
And that I am happy about.
Yeah, well, that's why you're so freaking smart.
I mean, 98, I was a junior or a senior in high school. I didn't care about politics. I didn't care about nothing.
Yeah, what would I have Googled in high school? Like, how to pick up chicks? Probably. I'd have been like, how to pick up chicks.
How to make a bong out of a Coke can.
How to smoke out of an apple. Oh, man, you'd have been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Before Jesus, we'd acted out. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know anything about life till we met Jesus. So thankful that it took me a little bit of time. It didn't take me any more time than it took me. But, yeah, so it's good. It's good. It's a good morning. It's Monday. It's 13 minutes past the hour, and we have plenty of news for you this morning. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Of course, we can't keep our TVs on, so I can't see what's going on right now. But if we did, then we'd know. But no, I'm kidding. We've got a ton of – I don't know what it is. There's so many TVs in this room. It's like the signals just get all janky, and they go nuts sometimes. And
El Chapo's wife got arrested.
what?
You ain't going to believe what she was doing.
El Chapo?
Yep, his wife.
Get through the chopper. That
she was
guy.
buying donuts.
No, she's drug trafficking. She's keeping in.
I thought she was in line. She was faking being old to get the vaccine.
No, family tradition.
It's a family tradition.
You know, you'd think like, okay.
You know, they
we
want to
probably-
say, El Chapo, why do you smoke? Oh, your wife, why does she traffic coke?
It's kind of like stop while you're ahead. You know they had money just stashed.
That's a
away.
pretty good one.
You know, if you could just keep it up, would be better.
I probably could.
Yep, she got arrested trafficking cocaine. Yeah.
Cocaina. If that stuff was legal. I'm kidding.
I mean, after watching how it's made, no.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh yeah, diesel fuel. And
Hey, you be running on a high octane. That's what they're talking about when they talk about you be running on high octane.
Yeah.
Up there.
You be running on that diesel boost. Turn that turbo up.
Yep.
Give me that pressure. I don't know what any of that means. I just hear people talking about it on that road racing show.
Cocaine.
Cocaina. Dumb. El Chapo, why do you smoke? Your wife, why does she traffic coke? Yeah, that's pretty good. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kinda quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I know no computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. Web Underdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, Web Underdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact Web Underdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. Web Underdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
Why are you staring at me?
I know what you did.
What?
You know what you did.
What are you talking about?
The cookie dough. You've been all up in the cookie dough. My cookie dough.
Okay, see, look, what had happened was...
Get your own dough, yo.
Cookie Dough Magic, now open in Huntsville. 12 delicious flavors in a cone, cup, milkshake, and more. Cookie Dough Magic, now open on Jefferson Street North in downtown Huntsville. And check us out online at mycookiedoughmagic.com.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
Come on. And then it was like I stepped funny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I could barely walk on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600 at Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic, we've got your back. Come see us today.
The Dale Jensen Show, weekday mornings only on WVNN.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. So thankful that you're here with us this morning. Be sure that you've gone to boomerandbeard.com. That's boomerandbeard, spell out the word and.com, and make sure that you guys are following along the podcast. You've subscribed. You've given us a rating, a review. Leave your feedback, even if it's not good. But if it's not good, let's be honest, you're probably lying to yourself. So go on and give us your your feedback and get subscribed to the podcast. Get involved with us on social media. You can follow us on the Facegram and the Instabook and in the Twitterverse and all that stuff. So we love the Instabook and we love the Twittergrams. So y'all make sure you get on there and follow us on them different platforms and stuff. We real active. Can't you tell? Dr. Fauci says politicizing mask wearing in the U.S. contributed to 500,000 deaths.
And how does he know that? I'm tired of all these estimates.
Because he's a genius. Because he's the high priest of health. He's like the Pope, but better. Except for health.
Oh.
He's like a super genius.
I don't want to hear.
He's one of them smart guys. Went to one of them fancy colleges. He's not from around here.
If we could just not hear his name or mask.
Fauci.
Distance.
Mask.
Or vaccine.
Vaccination.
6 foot.
I should write a song. Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci vaccination, social distance. Dr. Fauci vaccination, social distance. Social distance vaccination. Dr. Fauci vaccination. Dr. Fauci vaccination, social distance.
Okay.
How'd you like that?
You can go sit outside for the rest of the day.
Go to timeout. You go to timeout, son. Dr. Anthony Fauci told Reuters on Mondays that the politicization of mask wearing in the U.S. to help contribute to the nation reaching the grim milestone of over 500 deaths. Dr. Fauci vaccination, social distance. Dr. Fauci vaccination, social distance. Social nation vaccination, social distance vaccination, social distance vaccination. Dr. Fauci.
But he refused to say anything about Cuomo in the nursing homes.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to address that.
No,
Lord, no. Heavens, no.
Let me make up a number about masks and deniers.
Why in the world would we talk about that? Heavens, no. Reuters reported that Fauci said the pandemic arrived in the United States as the country was riven by political division in which wearing a mask became a political statement rather than a public health measure. How about this, Dr. Fauci, you freaking idiot? Maybe we just like our freedom. I don't know. Crazy idea. Maybe it's got nothing to do with Donald Trump. The whether I did or didn't wear a mask had zero to do with Orange Man Bad and had everything to do with what I wanted. For me, because I'm a freaking American that has the right to choose what I want to wear. Until you can tell me what underwear to put on in the morning, you're not going to tell me to wear a mask. That's all I have to say about that.
You mean you know how to think for yourself?
Good Lord. This guy's a freaking idiot. I've never in my life seen a stupider person. And that's not even a word.
Stupider.
Is it? Stupider is not a word, is it, Connor?
It might be.
I think you just have to add more in front of.
More stupider.
What if you're stupiderist?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm smarter than you thought, Dr. Fauci. You freaking idiot. This guy is unbelievable. The infectious disease expert also said it was inconceivable. Incomprehensible. I got myself that time. Incomprehensible to him that some governors and mayors disregard the coronavirus task force recommendations for reopening last year.
Oh, DeSantis.
It's incomprehensible to him that some governors and mayors disregarded the high priest of health.
Not Cuomo. They're talking about DeSantis.
No, I know they
had absolute success.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Florida's everybody. There's 300,000 and 500,000 deaths coming in Florida. You
talking about all them old people?
You didn't know all them old people down there died. You didn't know it. They're just hiding it from you. They're just hiding it. They're not hiding it like New York's hiding it. I know that. New York over there hiding it like they're playing hide and go seek with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they quit hiding it. So
wait, now Trump's gone.
Oh, but then they came out that they were really hiding it, and so they're really hiding it. But no, it's definitely. Whew. The president addressed the nation at the candlelight vigil, saying, "We have to resist becoming numb to the sorrow. We have to resist viewing each life as a statistic or that is a hard word.
Statistic.
Yeah. I want to say statistic every time, but that would be sadistic, but with a T. That would not make the same impact. That would not make the same impact on my sentence as would statistic.
Get your head out of the gutter.
We have to resist becoming sadistic.
Amen.
We have to resist viewing each life as a statistic or a blur on the news. We must do so to honor the dead, but equally important. I would love to be the guy that writes speeches for Biden. You know how much fun I would have with that? I would Ron Burgundy the hell out of him. I'm talking about the teleprompter would just say some crazy stuff, and that dude would be like, oh.
He was doing a speech.
He'd say
just as bright and just as
he'd say stuff like this.
Trying your best, but it never feels like enough.
Yesterday or the day before, he was doing a speech, and he started slurring his speech so bad the closed caption couldn't keep up.
No. Sometimes it'll just say inaudible. Can we find video of that? Where is that?
It was like yesterday or the day before. You know.
Oh well, that's pretty specific.
Well, I mean,
thank you.
He don't talk a lot.
I should be able to just dial right in on that.
Most of his days is put a lid on it, but he's probably trying to read and an earpiece in his ear. Somebody telling him what to say.
Connor, can you see if you can find some video of him from the last day or two? I don't know what. I can't really help you any more than that. Unfortunately, I apologize.
I just take in so much information; it's hard to give it back.
Sometime in the last 18 hours.
Oh yeah. This week.
It's sometimes since he went into the office, sometimes since they swore him in, I mean, it's it's pretty easy to dial in on.
Let's see, what was his last speech he did?
Well, I don't know.
2 hours ago, he gave us some remarks on 500,000 miles lost.
Yeah, that would be the one I just quoted. I don't think that. I think we're going to have a very difficult time finding
Oh,
this.
yeah. It could have just been.
And unless it made the news, like somebody would be making fun of it.
Well, it's not. If it has to do with making fun of him, it ain't making the news.
That's not true. Let's see.
Most news.
But the NBC put out a thing yesterday that was pretty.
Oh, they're about to go off air then.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Biden slurs
It's just it's elderly abuse that Biden's up there, or they made him run.
The many ways that Biden tells media the words matter. Let's see. This is on CBS. So, wow, it's bad when CBS is putting his gaffes up. That can't be good. You know it.
Must have been a good one.
I don't know. We are gonna take an absolute gamble here, and we're gonna listen to it live and see what happens. I have no idea what. That's an ad? Okay. Biden tells words matters. So the former vice president is accusing reporters of not understanding his words on the campaign trail. Let's see. This is older. This is from 2019. This isn't it. But if it's a Biden gaffe, I'm in on it. Let's see here. This courtesy of CBSN. Where was he? Oh, man. Okay. Well, there you go.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. So he was in New Hampshire saying Vermont. Okay. Well, that's pretty close.
Well, he said he wakes up every morning and asks Jill where he's at. That town hall he had on.
No, he did. This is how he wakes up. Diaper!
Oatmeal.
Oh, man. I can't believe we put we didn't put that guy in the office, but I can't believe he's in the office. It's pretty amazing. It feels so wrong. It doesn't want to be right, Let's see. There's a lot of Biden in the news today. We've got a ton of. I've got 12 pages worth of stuff over here to talk about, and I went straight to Biden because it just frustrates me. But when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about the Finnish people. The Finnish people are a Brazilian people. The Finns from Finland.
Do they go
Finnish.
last? Finish.
Okay, dad joke. You're not even a dad. Finnish people are resilient. I'm thinking about making a move to the Finnish population I might just start claiming being Finnish. I might identify as Finnish, so that I can persevere more in the weight loss department. We got a story about how they're working out in the cold this year, and they like to take a sauna, which is weird. I would sit in the sauna, but they say take a sauna, and then they go run in the snow.
No.
You think you should Google Finnish man?
No.
I wouldn't either.
No, there are many things not to Google, and anything. Nowadays, it's dangerous to Google just about anything.
I got disappointed yesterday. I was like, dear Lord.
Yeah, when you went to Parlor, but with the wrong spelling.
I ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, note to self, no more Parlor. Don't parlor around.
Facebook for now on.
What?
Facebook? Face.
The Faceagram.
Oh, face. Oh.
The Insta-tweet.
Face.
You're talking about the Twittergram.
You mean the restriction place?
Yeah, the place where your freedom gets taken from you. How about Morgan Wallen's still number one? How about Morgan Wallen's album? Still number one. What does that say about us?
Racist.
I think so.
I like that.
A lot of people just don't care. They're like, okay.
You need.
Maybe they listen to his music and they're like, we like his music.
Right. He's an entertainer.
He's an idiot, but we like his music. That may very well be it. Who knows? You listen to Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
Beautiful bearded host, Boomer and the Beard, and even our old fart co-host, Boomer and the Beard, Boomer and the
Beard. Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
More than 500,000 American lives lost to the coronavirus.
That's more Americans who have died in 1 year in this pandemic than in World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War combined.
President Biden marking the milestone at the White House. The nation's top infectious disease doctor, Anthony Fauci, told ABC this week that the U.S. could have prevented that many deaths if the response to the virus had been different. COVID infections, hospitalizations, and deaths are only now starting to decline. Johnson & Johnson is awaiting FDA emergency authorization for its single-dose vaccine. It says it could deliver 20 million COVID doses by the end of March. The first bilateral meeting at the White House with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will take place today. It'll be held, like a lot of Americans' meetings these days, virtually. Congress will today hear from former security officials about what went wrong at the Capitol on the day of those deadly riots. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport clips. It's good to be a guy.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it.
I like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands. With a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And online at Donatos.com. Donato's Pizza, where every piece is important.
For up-to-the-minute news, log on to WVNN.com. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful you've chosen to join us here, as you do each and every morning. It is 3 minutes past the bottom of the hour, and Boomer and the Beard is running strong. Welcome in. We are so glad for our many advertising partners like Cookie Dough Magic. Cookie Dough Magic is it's the best dessert. It's the best dessert that money can buy. Period. I don't think it gets better than that. It's cookie dough that you can eat. I'm pretty sure there will be a buffet of Cookie Dough Magic in heaven. At least I hope there is.
We get the chance to eat it. You don't for like another 2 months.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit too. We're having a little frustration here.
Okay.
Having a little frustration on the
the wall.
On the old beer. Well, the wall. I think the wall. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag on what I'm eating. I've not talked about it specifically yet. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag and see if I can get some calls, get some input from some of the the locals that are restless. Locals are restless. But before we do that, I guess that is a good. It is a good segue because, after all, Finnish people are sexy. All right, the Beard Bod Challenge update is well in effect. I have endeavored to lose 50 pounds in 50 days. It is I'm down to 275 from 295, so we'll call it 20 pounds even, which is not bad in 3 weeks, but I lost 16 in the first 2 weeks on my own diet, and then the next 2 weeks I switched over to what is called Optavia, Optavia. There it is. Let the cat out of the bag. Haven't said it yet. The reason I haven't said it yet is because I wanted to tell you about it after I could tell you where to buy it if it worked for me, and it has not worked yet. And so I'm not sure. It's designed. It's a plan that's designed for people that aren't working out as hard as I am, I think. And so my body's operating in a weird place, and so I don't know where that leaves me. But if you've ever taken Optavia or been on the Optavia plan, I don't even know how to say it. Is it Optavia or Optavia? I don't know. Either way, if you've ever been on that plan, I would love to hear from you. 866-494-9866, because I have not. I've not had great. It was not a great success.
Is it a Metamucil or what?
What?
Is it a pill?
No, it's food. I mean, you eat their bars and their shakes and their all that stuff.
I don't know if it was like an orange powder you mix in with water and you drink it.
It's I bought it from a guy on the corner. I got the fire and then Optavia. I got the fire and then Optavias. So, but no, I just it's a little frustrating. I mean, I was eating what I wanted and losing significant weight, and then I switch over to this like engineered plan.
It's not worky.
And then it not worky. So, but the Finnish people, they know how to make it work. Let me tell you. The Finnish people, listen to this. Finns looking to avoid gyms and other crowded indoor activities because of the pandemic have found a new way to keep fit. Running in the snow, wearing no shoes. Just thick woolen socks. Woolen. By the way, why is wool, like what form of the word is woolen, Connor? W-O-O-L-E-N. That's so wool and then woolen. Like, wouldn't it be that's a
like wool.
It doesn't
socks.
make sense,
Wool
right?
socks.
But why would they be woolen socks?
Because they was woven.
But that would be woven, you idiot.
Woven wool.
Correct, but they're not woolen.
Well, if they're woolen, they're woven.
I don't understand. English is the dumbest language I've ever seen. Woolen doesn't make sense. Woolen.
Is it woven wool?
Woolen. Connor, I need some help here, buddy.
Woven wool.
But woolen. You didn't say woven wool. You said woolen.
No, you said wool.
Well, that's because that's what it says here. You said woven.
Woven wool.
But it's woolen. I need you to use that word. Woolen.
Woven wool equals woolen.
No, that's first of all, that's math. We're talking about English.
Well,
okay. I know my calculus.
A plus
It
A plus
says
B squared
U
is C
plus
squared,
me
okay?
equals anyways. So they are running around outside in just their woolen socks. It seems Finland has seen a lot of snowfall this winter. Its hardy countrymen and women have found that running outside in just their socks provides great exercise and a sense of happiness and freedom. Also, hypothermia. In Finland, in case you aren't aware, this popular pastime involves taking a sauna. Connor, I also need some clarification on that. Taking a sauna? Are we stealing the sauna? Like, we're going to take the sauna from the gym to the house, or we're going to take the... That sounds like we're stealing it. That sounds like it's not legal.
It's like they should say sauna bath or something.
No, it's not like... Sounds like they're going to jump in the sauna. Like, that's what it should... right, they're going to jump in the sauna for a little while, then they're going to go run around the snow. What is taking a sauna?
Running is exercise. Can you believe that?
Then running through the snow to jump in an ice-cold lake. This isn't as odd as it may sound. Barefoot running has become very popular in the past few years during the warmer months, but running in socks through heavy snow, sometimes up to the knees, takes it to the next level. One expert in the middle of a group 35K sock run said the feeling afterwards is just great, likening it to that of a good foot massage. I'm sorry, these people are stupid.
A good foot massage?
I'm sorry, these people are stupid. I just don't.
That's your ancestors.
Did anybody go running around? Did anybody go running around? No, they're not. Shut up. Did anybody go running? That's a bad joke.
No redheads.
Dumb joke. I'm not a redhead. It's a dumb joke. If you're gonna try to make fun of me, you got to do it. You got to land the punch, or else you get knocked out.
Got them red.
Mama said knock you out. I don't have red eyebrows.
Hey, Ray, got some
no,
red.
they're not.
Let your hair grow.
I don't cut my eyebrows.
Let's get it down to here.
No, I'm not a hippie like you. I value what people think of me, unlike you. I mean, I care about my appearance. No, that's a lie. I don't care.
I care about my value.
Your value?
Oh yeah.
Well, like you're going to trade yourself in on a newer model, or what? Like is aftermarket value or resale value? What kind of value do you worry about?
Total value.
Total value. Okay, you're an idiot.
You know. A milli.
You're an idiot. Scientists have said they have come up with a way to communicate with people who are dreaming. This will trip you out. Northwestern University researchers have identified a phenomena they call interactive dreaming, where people experience deep sleep as well as lucid dreams and are able to follow instructions, answer simple yes or no questions, and even solve basic math questions. How? Scientists were able to interact with study participants through spoken audio, flashing lights, and physical touch. The sleepers were asked to answer simple math questions, to count light flashes, and to respond to respond to basic questions like, can you answer Spanish? Answers were given through eye movements or facial muscle movements. Can you see that right there? Remember, somebody's sleeping there. They're twitching. And the researcher's sitting there watching like, they're communicating. It's like, no, they're snoring. It doesn't make sense. Anyway.
How much did this cost us?
It doesn't say.
Oh, it seems like one of those frivolous studies of, like you're saying, oh, they're talking. My dog's looking at me and blinking too, but I think he's just got to go outside and pee.
The study could eventually be used to teach people how to use dreams to help them towards a particular goal or to treat certain mental health problems. Usually when I'm dreaming, my main goal is not to be communicating. I'm just saying, when I sleep, I want to sleep. Doesn't that make sense? You guys are not very helpful today.
I mean, I'd talk to somebody if they were touching me while I'm sleeping, but it's not going to be in a communicative way. It's going to be really one-sided.
Yeah, it's called talking at someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not talking with someone. You guys are not very I tell you what, let's take a team time out here, all right? Let's huddle up. We're huddling up right here. Everybody come in. All right, if this is the pep talk, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, all right, team, listen. You guys are all sucking this morning. There's not a lot of communication here. Our team's not playing very well. We're not getting a lot of contributions from many other players. Okay? I feel like I'm toting the team right now. We're gonna need to back out of this. We're gonna need to go team on 3, and then I'm gonna need a little bit more from everybody, okay? Or we're not gonna win. We're not gonna win the game, and I don't want to lose the game because I'm not a loser. I'm not somebody who likes to lose, and so I picked each and every one of you for a reason. All right, I picked you for a reason. I wanted you here. We're the best team we've ever had. Okay, this is the best team on the field, the best team that ever existed, and I need us to play like the best team that's ever existed. All right? I need everybody to step up, bring their A game, and let's win the game. All right? Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Redhead.
There we go. See, now we're in it. Now we're ready to go. All right, we've had our pep talk. I'm sorry if you've been listening to the first 43 minutes of the show that sucked. We're not going to suck the second 45 minutes of the show. Is that no? That's only an hour and a half.
Don't Google that either.
That would only be what's 45? Yeah, that's only an hour and a half, right? No. Yep.
Yeah,
that's only an hour and a half. Math is still not my subject. Math is still not my strong suit. Connor, if you roll your eyes condescendingly at me one more time, I'm going to punch you through those computers right there. How about that? I could see it through the crack in the computers. I could see the condescension on your face. Is that a word? Condescension? Can it be used in that context? Sure. Is that a real sure or just you're just condescending me sure? Okay. I didn't know. I didn't see you roll your eyes, but it seemed like a good transition to a break. So let's go to a break, Hayden. When we come back, everyone here promises not to be completely silent as I sit here and struggle through the entire show by myself. Maybe we'll have an entire team when you come back. You'll be able to hear more than one person talk for the rest of the show. This is Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
Big, beautiful bearded host. Boomer and the Beard. And even our old fart co-host. Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
Boomer and the Beard.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back. That same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me? I said, don't worry, kid, I got you. Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for 1 low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
When people walk through our doors, they all see something different.
A treehouse.
Our dream home.
Our cabin in the woods.
A new golf course community.
When you have every conceivable building material imaginable in place, the possibilities are limitless.
Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop. Let us bring your home improvement project to life. The best products and name brands in residential and commercial building supplies. From lumber to Benjamin Moore paints, DeWalt tools, custom millwork, doors, and more. Looking for something specific? Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to make sure you find the products you need to complete your home projects. Pay a visit today to Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop on Clinton Street in Athens and online at purcelllumberandmillshop.com. Or for questions, give us a call at 256-232-6320. Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop in Athens, where builders, remodelers, and home improvement specialists come to shop.
Remember being in your favorite sport clips, getting set for that great MVP haircut experience? Yeah, how about if we made that wait even shorter? Now, with Sport Clips On Deck text alerts, when you check in online or with our app, we'll text you a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. And when you're the next man up, you'll get another text to come take your seat. Less wait time, more prime time. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy. Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular Sport Clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
WVNN.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. We are so thankful that you've joined us here this morning. We forgot our music because we were having sensitivity training over here while you were away. So I'm sorry for that. But we are back now, and we're so thankful that you've joined us. A woman says subway bystander refused to help as panhandler punches her 2-year-old toddler in the face. Let me tell you something. There's no reason for any of you out there that call yourself a man to put your hands on anyone, much less a woman or a child. But to hit a 2-year-old in the face, let me find out who you are. We're gonna have words. A woman says her 2-year-old was punched repeatedly in the face. Whoa. Curveball by a female panhandler, and she had to beg bystanders for help before the suspect escaped. The shocking incident unfolded on Saturday on the northbound C train at Frederick Douglass Boulevard and West 116th Street in Manhattan. The 21-year-old mother of two spoke to WCBS TV but asked not to be identified. She said her 2-year-old boy was sleeping on her lap when the panhandler began asking passengers for money. When the panhandler got too close to the woman and her toddler, the boy's mother asked her to keep the social distance guidelines. Ma'am, can you please stay 6 feet? English is hard. 6 feet away from me, the mother recalls saying. Please back off. The panhandler, angered by the request, and stepped up on the mom's foot. She began violently swinging her fist at the small boy, hitting him in the face. This is when I punch you right in the throat. Bow! Just like that. I was just asking people like, yo, can you please get my baby? Please get him. Like, nobody tried to stop. She was just standing there beating my son up.
Something like this happened yesterday. I saw on Facebook. There was a memorial for a little kid that couldn't have been any older than 2. Was killed in some type of abuse type situation, and they had a little memorial.
There was one I saw yesterday who was killed when he was that young, but would have been 16 now. I didn't see anything about anyone.
Yeah, they had a little memorial down by the river yesterday or something.
Police say the attacker fled once the train reached the station. The police are searching for the suspect and asking for the public's help in identifying the woman. The child was taken to Mount Sinai's hospital to have his injuries treated and was later released. The mother said there needs to be a greater police presence, also at the same time saying defund the police. And so it is pretty obnoxious that the assaults and murders. Have anyone seen the New York crime numbers lately? Anyone? It is unbelievable, the skyrocketing crime and statistics in New York. Let me see if I can pull the data here.
And Minneapolis.
Say that 3 times fast.
Minneapolis is they're
3 times fast. Minneapolis. Boom.
Do a song. Yeah, they're trying to get all their police department back now after defunding the police.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Let's see here. NYC shootings and homicides soar in 2020. A violent August in MC. Shootings double. So let's see. Here's one. The city. Why are shootings up in New York City? We have 4 people on the front lines. 1,480 shootings in New York City as of Thursday. 748 during the same period last year. So double. 2020 finished with a 14-year high in the category of violence, according to the police commissioner. Meanwhile, murders are up 40%. Victims range from a 1-year-old boy shot at a barbecue in Bedford Stuyvesant. Or a 29-year-old father gunned down as he walked hand in hand with his young daughter while crossing the street. So it is, look, I'll tell you somewhere not to go. That'd be New York. One, you might get shoved in a nursing home and killed by your governor, or you might get shot by a passerby or beat up by a panhandler. You just never know. New York is it's crazy out here in these streets. Let me tell you.
Sounds like vacationing in Chicago is a better choice.
Yeah, in the gun-free zone of Chicago. Also in New York, father to be killed in accidental explosion of gender reveal device. How many times have we had to talk about this?
I saw the head. I didn't read it, but I saw the headline.
Well, let me read it to you. Another gender reveal accident has led to lethal consequences after a New York man was killed trying to put together an explosion device for the celebration. The New York State Police said 28-year-old Christopher Peckney, well, there it is. That explains everything you need to know, was killed just before noon on Sunday, when a practice device. Whoa. A practice device? We've got a practice device for a gender reveal? Are we having gender reveal practices now? Are they so important we have a rehearsal? We have a rehearsal for our gender reveal?
Did y'all ever look up the burnout videos of the gender
Yeah,
reveals?
yeah, I think they're crazy. That's a very white trash thing.
I'm
I
just
like
too
it.
cheap to waste tires.
Yeah, the tires are a whole lot more expensive than blowing up some. I mean, go get some tannerite, throw some powder in it, call it a day. The device was intended to explode in a cloud of colored power, but instead it sent lethal shrapnel flying everywhere.
What did they put the
It sounded like they made a freaking IED, is what it sounds like. It sounds like they made an improvised explosive device and they killed somebody.
Well, you know, I mean,
Was
it's
this
not that
Pakistan?
you can buy the. It's like you can get the kit. You just sit there and it's all put together, and you just there you go.
Oh,
Like that guy in Nashville.
Connor, when was the last? Didn't we have a death on a gender reveal like last week or the week before?
I'm not sure. It seems like one happens every time you turn around.
I know it. Did we pull up some statistics on gender reveal deaths?
I think last week they caught shrapnel, though, at least. I don't know if anybody died.
Wasn't there one that caught something that caught like the woods? On
Here, we have a
fire?
package on this. Let me see what's. Oh, that's because that's out. We have a package on this here. Let's see what it says. Well, package isn't playing. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Well, we had a package on it, but it's not playing. So, Nancy Pelosi. Oh, wrong one. That's the wrong category. That's the wrong one there. Among the worst incidents to date was a gender reveal mishap that resulted in the El Dorado fire. Okay, so we've got that. We've got October 2019. We got a grandmother killed instantly by a gender reveal device that police said looked more like a pipe bomb than a gender reveal device. I bet they bought that one off of. Never mind. That probably wasn't on Etsy. Another explosive device. Let's see. In early February. Another exploding device took the life of a Michigan man who was attending his friend's gender reveal party. So quite a few issues here with the old gender reveal. And let me just tell you something about these gender reveals. And I probably said it the last time we talked about it, and I'll say it again. There's really no need. There's no need to I mean, look, a simple Facebook post saying it's a boy or it's a girl would really, I mean, that would suffice. There's really no need to go out there and be all, look, you're spending a bunch of money and you're gonna potentially burn down the San Bernardino forest or kill your grandma. And so that's just not worth it. It's just entirely not worth it for you to go out there and try to create some fancy gender reveal thing when really all you need is a post on the Instabook. That's all you need. You need a pretty post. You plan it up, edit the photo real good. And then make the post. Off you go. Tag your mama. I'll tag your daddy. You're good to go. Everybody knows it needs to know, and nobody's at risk of dying.
I can't believe they're not trying to cancel gender reveals anyway.
Well, they should be, because gender's not even a thing. I mean, I identify as being I don't want to be a man or a woman. I just want to be it.
I'm sick of hearing about gender anyway.
We got this dad here.
Put gender with Dr. Fauci.
He apparently tried to kick a made football. And he wound up breaking his leg and wearing a cast.
Oh, man. Nothing like kicking a football and breaking your leg. Almost as bad as a kicker that ran his head into the wall and broke his neck. For Washington, that kicker. Everybody remember that?
Yeah.
What is it? It was oh, man.
What happened to, remember when Joe Biden supposedly broke his foot tripping over his dog and he had a cast on? That just went away.
I don't remember that, actually.
Yeah, he had a cast on, everything.
I don't remember that.
Said he was getting out of the shower and reaching for his dog's tail, and he slipped. And
First of all, Joe, if you're just coming out of the shower, why are you messing with your dog's tail?
Yeah.
Go on, get clean, get dry, move on. You ain't got to worry about your dog's tail and all that when you're coming out the shower.
Yeah, right before the inauguration, there's pictures of him in a foot cast. And it just went away. I mean, if I broke my foot, I'm in it for 6 weeks. What?
Yeah, broke his foot tripping on a rug after getting out of the shower chasing his dog.
Conspiracy theory said that he was hiding a ankle monitor.
Why would those three things be together though?
Like fake president, and he can't leave the country, and anyway, yeah, that went away, and the cast went away. Obviously,
I never even saw him in a cast. Shows you how much attention I paid to the situation.
He heals pretty good to be that old.
Yeah, well, healing is something that comes with age, apparently. The older you get, the faster you heal if you take steroids. So I mean, but he's pretty spry for an old man. He's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad for the leader of the free world. That's 80. Well, how old is he? 82.
78.
84, something like that. So probably is. That's why. Hot dog. I figured out why our package wouldn't play. Well, I thought I did, but then I didn't. Connor, how do you unmute your tabs? Oh, hot dog. Well, son of a gun.
What we got?
Well, no, I'm working on hot dog. Nailed it. No, we have a package coming up. Steven Crowder, if you're a big Crowder fan, it's his segment called Word Whisker, and it's called "Can You Imagine If Donald Trump Had Said That?" And it's pretty good. And it's, we're gonna watch it here.
I love Steven Crowder.
When we come back from the break, we're gonna watch this. Well, we're gonna listen to it. We're not gonna watch it, but I'm gonna preview it here in the break and make sure it's wholesome. But Crowder should be wholesome, huh? I mean, he's not crazy. Louder with Crowder.
Should be good.
Should be good. We're gonna listen to it when we come back. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard. And even our old fart co-host. Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 6 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. With the bell ringing at the National Cathedral in Washington honoring the 500,000 Americans who have lost their lives to COVID, President Biden with the message to grieving families.
The day will come when the memory of the loved one you lost will bring a smile to your lips before a tear to your eye.
ABC News Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega was there as the president lit candles in honor of those who've died.
This is someone who knows profoundly what grief and loss is. He lost his wife. He lost his young daughter. He lost his son just a few years ago to brain cancer.
Across the country, COVID cases and deaths are on the decline as another vaccine maker prepares its shots.
Johnson & Johnson is waiting for FDA emergency authorization for its single-dose vaccine, says it could deliver 20 million doses by the end of March. If true, combined with the other vaccines, the U.S. would have enough doses in 5 weeks to vaccinate about half of all adults in the country.
ABC's Ike Kagachi. The head of the NTSB says it appears metal fatigue on the fan blades of that Boeing engine may have caused it to break apart over Colorado on Saturday. ABC News aviation contributor Stephen Ganyard says there are a lot of questions about what bringing planes back into the air after the pandemic will do as they've been sitting for so long.
Most pilots believe that airplanes fly better and break less often when they're flown more. It's when they sit around that they tend to break, which may sound counterintuitive, but it means that you're going to operate them and they're continuing to fly them actually makes them last longer and break less often.
Later today, several security experts, including the now former head of the Capitol Police, will testify before a Senate committee about the January Capitol Hill assault. In Texas, dozens of lawsuits have been filed over the lack of power and broken water pipes during last week's cold. Taxpayers in the state have been granted a 2-month reprieve on filing taxes with the IRS. You're listening to ABC News.
What's the most important factor for determining a coin's value? Rarity. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity.
When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns, 240,000 emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in Philadelphia for 13 days only.
And that makes these coins with the P-Mint attribution the second rarest coin in the entire American Eagle bullion coin series.
Less than 1,500 of these extraordinary silver dollar coins remain. Hurry, call government.com at 1-800-969-0689.
To learn more about these emergency production American Eagle silver dollar coins, call 1-800-969-0689.
Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0689 now to secure your Philadelphia Mint American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0689.
Bye, hun. Running late. Love you.
Hey, hon, you forgot your coffee.
for the days you need it most. Don't worry. Perk up and percolate with us.
Put some love in your day with Just Love Coffee Cafe in Huntsville. From our award-winning specialty coffee to our unique and quirky menu, our customers at Just Love Coffee have found us to be a great spot for the highest quality coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner. You'll want to try our delicious waffles, wraps, sandwiches, and more. At Just Love Coffee, we're the place to go when you're by yourself but don't want to be alone. We're the place to go when you want to catch up with friends. We're the start and end point of your morning run. Stop by the Just Love Coffee Cafe today on Memorial Parkway Southwest in Huntsville, and friend us on social media at Just Love Huntsville and brewing soon at Just Love Madison on Hughes Road across from Madison City Hall. Just Love Coffee. Eat, drink, love.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. So thankful you've chosen us here each and every morning. Make sure you go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. That is mypillow.com/radio specials for deep discounts on anything that you want on that site. We can literally get the entire site discounted, so you don't want to miss it. mypillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. I'm assuming that we are good to go. We've got Ray Ellen coming on to join us this morning, as is the normal case. Ray, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm cold, but I'm good.
Why are you cold? Why are you cold? You're wearing a short sleeve.
Snowed in the snowmageddon of last week, and snow is just now melting off. So it has been crazy in our neck of the woods.
A lot of sledding, though.
A foot and a half of snow.
Wow. I'm jealous.
Well, we had a blast on our street because we didn't get the snowplow didn't come down it. So I live on this dead-end street with awesome neighbors, and we would go night sledding after the kids went to bed. All the adults would come out. We'd be sledding down the street. It was so fast. It was the fastest I've ever. I was jacked up about it after going down our street. It was so fun.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos, and that 360 camera looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to talk about today. I got it at the beginning of the year because I was going to go on a snowboarding trip.
Right.
And so we went to the trip and everything, and I captured a whole bunch of footage, but I never really had time to edit it. And then for this sudden winter craziness that happened, I thought, man, I should get that out and go sled. So I did, and then I was kind of curious about how to edit it and all that, and I learned in about 10 minutes.
Wow.
How to take the footage, edit it, and then I could upload it to like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But
so
do
you have to stitch it at all?
Well, no, it all does it by itself.
Really?
And so I have this long pole on this Insta360 camera. Yeah. And the pole gets edited out of the footage all by itself. So with some of these cameras, you have to like take out the selfie stick or whatever. But when I posted the video, I actually sent you a link to the video that I got a lot of people commenting, and they were like, "How are you taking this video?" It looked like I had a drone, my own little personal drone.
That's what I thought it was at first, and then I saw I saw in your comments you had mentioned it was an Insta360, and I was like, "Well, that's kind of neat."
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So definitely worth it if you do any kind of adventuring. We're going to be taking it on hikes and stuff this summer. As we hike around, we'll take it on every adventure we go on. Now this thing's going to go with us because the footage it captured was really good. It still doesn't do really well in low light conditions, so it needs a lot of light, but it'll capture. You have tons of options. You can export a full 360 video. You can reframe the video and move around in the different circles. So I have some sledding videos of me and my kids, and if there was a part where they're just kind of sitting there because we were going slow, I could turn the camera around, go the other way, and then I can come back on their face, if they're having a good reaction or something like that. So the editing that you could do in post to not miss anything is really, really cool. And I have a GoPro. I have a GoPro Hero 8, and I really like it, but I have found myself using this way more often.
I find that the GoPro Hero 8 stays mounted in my vehicle, and I do a lot of because I do a lot of posts while I'm driving. Like I'll just video while I'm driving and talk about, like, we used to call it the ride and rant, and I used to just, when I was in the real estate business, like that was my number one piece of content, was I would literally talk about different things that I just learned driving to and from appointments, or one bad realtor after another. You can expose them one at a time, not by name, of course, because that would be against all the but you're never mind. Not even gonna go there. I'm picking another fight. But I don't know if you saw my videos, Ray, Ellen, but we too had a little snow, and I found myself wildly underprepared in the sledding department. Now, mind you, I grew up, I left Alabama when I was 8 and grew up in Northern Virginia, and so I was exposed to tremendous amounts of snow. 94, 96, we had like 3 feet of snow. We had the blizzard of 90.
Wow.
It was a blizzard of 96 maybe. And so I've grown up my entire life exposed to snow and sledding, and I usually consider myself very well prepared, but this one caught me off guard. And you can't just go to the Walmart in rural Alabama and buy a sled.
No.
And so I found myself at Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning staring down a daunting decision. Like, I've got to carry something home because my son, I have got to carry him sledding. But what in the world could I possibly buy at rural Walmart in Alabama that would slide down the hill? And I was thinking a pool tube, but of course it's wintertime, so there's not year-round pool supplies. So I ended up with an air mattress, and I was incredibly terrified about how it wasn't going to work. I was very disappointed. I honestly was very upset that I had not been exposed to an air mattress on the snow earlier in my life. It was the best sled I had ever been on. It was super fast. I don't know if you saw that video of me going over the jump, but
no. Did you put it on Instagram?
No, I don't do Instagram very well. It's on Facebook.
Yeah, so no. I'll have to go look it up.
Yeah, because the mattress acted as like a trampoline.
Oh,
and so
yeah,
it
you get the double
threw
bounce.
my body 3 feet off the mattress. And so my son was watching it, and he was like, "Daddy, I want to try the ramp." And I'm like, my wife's like, no. And I'm like, "Sure, buddy, we can give it a go." And so I sat him in my lap and just wrapped him up.
Oh, wow.
And we went over that thing, and it tossed both of us a solid foot off the mattress in the air, and then the mattress was so big that you're going to land on the mattress, and so it was a lot of fun, and I was really only disappointed that I hadn't bought 2.
It was like really, a kid.
Oh, dude, it was unbelievable.
Sledding, the fastest after the second or third day, it started to ice, and so the fastest sleds for us were those old. It was there were a couple of 50-year-old wooden sleds with the metal.
Really?
I thought I was going to break it, but everyone was like, "No, go ahead and use it." We were going so fast. It was like the luge on that thing.
Jamaica, you can't believe. Jamaica, we have about
cool running. Let's go. So, but I did want to talk about, speaking of realtor rant, Zillow is going to buy Showing Time, or they've made a bid to buy Showing Time. It's not approved by the government yet. It's not approved by everything yet. But I wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Showing Time, for those of you listening that are like, what does that matter? Showing Time is a showing service all the real estate agents use to set up showings on houses around the country. There's a couple of others, but Showing Time is the big one. There's probably 80% of the traffic going through Showing Time. So Zillow,
first of all, I hate Showing Time.
Website.
I hate Showing Time personally. It was I feel like for all the money they charged us to use it, they could have made it a much better interface. Like texting options not being available. I mean, when I sold my house in Texas, I got a text message as the client. I was not a realtor at that time. I got a text message every time there was a showing request, and I could respond yes, no, or in 2 hours or whatever. We don't have those. Huh?
They picked that up. They do that now.
Oh, okay. Well,
they totally changed and updated the interface. Everything. But now realtors are really concerned because Zillow is also now a brokerage in all 50 states, I think. And there's a lot of talk about, okay, now Zillow is really coming for our business because also now they have all the data from Showing Time. And the data that agents are talking about is that they can see the flow of traffic, where people are looking, where people are searching, and then make decisions on that. Potentially, hopefully they wouldn't do this, but there are some realtors that are saying maybe they'll change change these estimates and then be buying houses in areas and then jacking those prices up in the more popular areas. So I don't know. It's all kind of a convoluted, put on your tinfoil hat at times. But my biggest concern is that you have a competing broker in every marketplace that you're uploading your client's contact information to. So I think that has to be sorted out. Now, Zillow has said, we're just wanting to make this service better. We aren't going to share data like that. But then someone else in their company said, we are buying showing time for the data. So everyone's like, well, what are you going to do with the data? And that's been a point of contention lately.
Well, I do know, and I will say this from Zillow's perspective, it's genius, right? Like as a free market capitalist, on one hand, I say, man, that is a genius move. Zillow has been burning through cash forever. I mean, they're not a profitable business, but they're a huge business, and they've had this huge acquisition plan where they go out and just take over everything, buy everything, create. And so whether or not their business model is sustainable without tremendous influx of investor capital, who knows? But from their perspective, it's genius. From the realtor's perspective, I don't love it. From the client's perspective, I really hate it because there's no way to protect. I mean, guys like you and guys like me, when I was in the business, we're what protects the client, right? Like we're the little guy that our business thrives on our ability to take care of the individual family, the family that just lost their mom or their dad and they got to sell their house, the family that is buying their first home or just having their baby and got to we're the line between them and getting taken advantage of by these home builders and by other people. And so it really makes the little man obsolete in a lot of ways. You have to continue to drive new ways to create value, and it's going to make you a better realtor ultimately, but it doesn't I don't think it's in the best interest. It feels very not monopolistic, but in a way it's got a little flavor of that to it where they're getting a little too big, in a sense. Yeah. And so I don't know where the line is.
And my biggest question is for consumers, anyone listening that has some thoughts in this, I would love to get them. And you can find me on Instagram, RAYZORBACK. I would love to hear what a consumer has to say. And this could be my question on Facebook and on my Instagram stories today. How do you feel as a consumer with Zillow, with your agent uploading your information, your contact information to a company that's owned by Zillow? Is that worrisome? Do you care because Zillow's already got your information anyway in other ways? So I'm wanting to hear from consumers because ultimately that's who we represent. Consumers feel like it would be great because you have this multinational company that's coming in and can then make that service better for the end user, because Zillow is also focused on the customer experience. They just want a different customer experience than I want.
Sure.
I want an incredible customer experience where, I have white glove service and walk them through everything. Zillow wants an experience, the CEO has said this, where people can buy a house but with a click of a button. That's a very different experience, but they're both focused, like they want a streamlined experience, right? I want a unforgettable, unbelievable home buying and selling experience. And we've all been to great restaurants that are streamlined.
Yeah.
And it tastes good and you may go back, but then you've also been to those restaurants that are unbelievable, completely unforgettable, and places that you'll always go.
Well, it's the difference in Steakhouse and Morton's.
For both.
I mean, it's the difference in Stakeout and Morton's, right? Like Stakeout is fantastic in the efficiency department. They'll bring it right to your house, and you can eat for $10. And you go to Morton's, you're going to spend $100, but you'll never forget it, and you're going to have. Right. I mean, you're going to have a great experience, and you're going to order a dessert, and it's just a different ball game. And so, ultimately, after all, I saw my Zestimate. I know what my house is worth. Consumers, unfortunately, are not as educated as they need to be in a lot of this stuff. So, Ray Ellen, the host of the Bearded Men of Real Estate podcast, every Wednesday at noon. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday noon, live on Facebook. You can get his podcast anywhere podcasts are listened to. On Instagram, Ray Zorback, Zorback. Ray, as always, thanks for joining us this morning, buddy. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
All right. Well, Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
Steve.
Steve!
Sorry. I have sleep apnea and my machine isn't set up.
It's the third time this week you've napped at your desk. I use AeroCare. It was set up the very next day.
I've been waiting a week for someone to call.
AeroCare's amazing, and now I sleep like a baby. Just not at work.
AeroCare specializes in all respiratory equipment. If you have sleep apnea or are in need of oxygen, let AeroCare set you up. Call 256-469-3900. Let us help you breathe a little easier.
Are you tired? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back. That same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me? I said, don't worry, kid, I got you. Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for one low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. So glad you've chosen to join us here this morning. It is 20 minutes past the hour, and we are just cooking right along on our Tuesday morning edition of Boomer and the Beard. Purcell Lumber and Millwork, proud sponsor of Boomer and the Beard. If you're looking to update your home in any way, to do anything on that Pinterest list your wife's got for you, whatever it is, be sure to touch base with Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop at on North Clinton Street, 256-232-6320, or PurcellLumberandMillShop.com online. Tell them the Beard sent you. We're live this morning from the Chick-fil-A Decatur studio, and we talked about this. Where did it go? Here it is, Louder with Crowder. So Crowder has a segment now called something about Biden. It's the Biden. Let's see, Biden's latest word whisker. Let's this package from the Crowder Show. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to say. They call that guy quarter black something. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to say.
What was he trying to say?
Can anybody tell me what he was trying to say?
Biden does give me secondhand embarrassment, especially whenever he was talking about minorities can't get on the internet to get the vaccination.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, golly.
What was this guy trying to say? Oh, eager. Okay. He was trying to say eager to hear again, and somehow got tongue twisted up.
That's how he really talks.
Can you imagine, like Crowder said, can you imagine what people would have said if Donald Trump had let that slip?
Oh, they would act like he says it all the time, and that's how it came out.
He would have been brutally destroyed.
Wasn't there a female news commentator that was saying something and did the same, had a gaffe going into like a commercial break?
I remember that. Yep.
It was 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago. Yeah, she let something slip, did not mean to.
Right. She was saying she got tongue-tied going into a break, and that was what came out. And
have we seen her since?
Nope. Like, that was instant gone. I don't even think she came back from the break.
She did.
We got a mid-show yank out. That's going to the bullpen in the middle of the inning right there. You just go out there and give him the old lefty.
Oh yeah, she's gone.
She gone.
Put a new one in like it never happened.
Can you imagine what would have happened if Donald Trump would have said that? Can you imagine?
I don't want to. For various reasons.
I want to be very clear on something here. I realize that was not his intended word, okay? And so here, let's be consistent on this, because I would be I want to make sure that we do this. This is the thing that sets us apart from other shows, okay? I don't think he meant to say that word.
No, he didn't.
He meant to say eager and got tongue-tied and said a different word that started with an N, okay? I've got no problem with Joe Biden getting tongue-tied and saying that, because he did not mean that word. So I'm not playing this to get you all up in arms that he said the N-word, but rather to highlight the significant double standard that exists where if we as conservative Republicans slipped up, got tongue-tied, and let that go, it would be the end of our time on the radio. If our president slips up and says that, no one even talks about it. That's what I want to highlight. So again, let me reiterate. I do not think in a million years that he intended to say that word. I have no problem that he got tongue-tied and got slipped up and because it was an accident. It was not his intended word. He was trying to say eager. But the double standard that exists is dangerous. It's dangerous.
Remember when maybe 6 months ago when Biden was doing an interview and talking about like him faking illness and going away, and how much longer do you think we got? I mean, they cannot. He says things that we can clearly hear, and then he messes up like this. I don't see how much longer they're going to let him keep talking. I mean, they just now was talking about when are they going to actually have a one-on-one where he goes up and does a press conference like Trump used to do.
Right.
And they couldn't even answer that question. They're not going to let him get out there.
No.
Well, if that had happened 7 months ago with Trump, that'd have been they would have spun that faster than Fat Boy Slim up on the DJ booth
and talk about it for 2 weeks.
Right. Or we'd still be talking about it.
Yeah. No, they'll never let him get up there and just do a Q&A without any notes or earpiece or.
Well, somebody's got to talk him through it, because he can't make it through. He can't make it through a speech or a whatever on his own. I mean, he's obviously struggling with his mental acuity is not where it should be. Obviously, I
feel sorry for him.
I do too.
I feel sorry, but it's not. I don't think it's any different for the average person that's at his age either, though. It's like
I just hate they're putting him through all this.
I don't know. Donald Trump's about the same age.
Well, I'm saying average person, though. You put them, like I said, just somebody that's not. I mean, everybody. There's always a There's always an above and below the standard.
The mental decline varies.
Right.
I mean, like Fauci's like 80 for real though.
Right.
But
is he really?
He's like 81.
81 or
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's 81. Sharp as a tack still.
Yeah. Sharp as
But I mean, do y'all not feel sorry for
tack.
Biden? I mean, just all politics aside.
Well, yeah, he's being used.
Yeah, he is being used.
He's the poster boy for something that he didn't sign up for. I mean, and well, I guess he did sign up for it, but I think he sold his soul to the devil. Well, his son sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah. Well, Biden's wanted it so bad his whole life. What was this? His third time to try?
Fourth.
It was his third, fourth, yeah.
And he won it on the back of the Wuhan virus. I mean, he literally won it on the back of China.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally won the presidency on the back of China, and so it. I mean, it is sad to watch. I mean, it's like watching your grandpa or your grandma when they lose their faculties.
I've done
when they start getting what's the word? They're losing control of their facilities.
Not all the cylinders.
Yeah, the elevator stops one floor shy of the top, and the brightest crayon in the box goes back in there. It doesn't come back out. I mean, it is sad that that's where we're at. But indeed, it does seem to be where we're at, and so ultimately, we have to decide where our standard's going to be. I mean, we have to decide, are we going to hold everyone to the same standard or not?
And Kamala Harris is not much better of a talker
Kamala. Wait, which one is it?
Did I say Kamala?
No, you said Kamala.
Oh, Kamala.
Is it Kamala or Kamala? One of them's racist. One of them's the right way to say it. I don't remember.
She can't talk good either. And I hate her cackle.
Which is sad. Coming from us, a bunch of rednecks who can't talk at all, calling other people out for not being able to talk. But look, it doesn't take a smart person to see and listen to what we're listening to and seeing. When we come back, we've got pastors going to jail. Do what? That's right. We've got pastors going to jail over lockdown violations when we come back.
Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
As the country marks 500,000 deaths from COVID-19, the numbers are pointing in the right direction anyway. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez takes a look.
The average number of daily cases has plunged 74% since January. The average number of deaths down 38% in the last 5 days. Progress as more Americans are immunized. The millions of vaccine doses delayed by recent winter storms are now on track to be delivered by the end of this week.
The president and vice president held a moment of silence and lit candles at the White House last night to commemorate the 500,000 lives lost. Another day of Senate hearings for President Biden's cabinet picks today. A Senate committee will today also hear from security experts about exactly what went wrong during the riot on Capitol Hill January 6th. Would have been the first formal meeting with a foreign counterpart at the White House today. President Biden inviting Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in for talks. Instead, they will be holding their bilateral discussions virtually. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
So, what do you want to eat?
I want something fast-tastic.
Fast-tastic?
Yes, fast, yet fantastic.
Sounds, spiff-delicious.
Well, then let's go.
Eat more chicken with Chick-fil-A in Decatur. They have the tastes that you can't get anywhere else, from fantastic snacks and sides to the often intimidated but never duplicated original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Delicious and juicy, boneless breast of chicken sandwich with its signature pickle slices. Now that's how a chicken sandwich should be. Always freshly prepared and backed up by award-winning My Pleasure customer service. Chick-fil-A believes in providing guests with great tasting food in a comfortable environment, making it the best restaurant experience you will get. Download the Chick-fil-A app today. Bypass the line and enjoy your Chick-fil-A even faster. 2 great Chick-fil-A locations in Decatur, ready to serve you. Stop by today on Highway 31 South and on the Beltline in Decatur.
You don't need a diet. That's work. You don't need a stylist. They're overrated. And you don't need to hang out with older or fatter people just to seem better in comparison either. All you need are these masters of video production. They'll make you look good.
Make your videos look good with Cotton Row Productions, the official live stream provider of Hometown Heartbeat and The Dale Jackson Show. We can handle events, church live streams, and your digital advertising. Call Cotton Row Productions today. 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355.
A latest outrage, according to the New York Times, is that about 300 immigrants are being held in solitary confinement every day in holding centers run by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. These are illegal immigrants we're talking about, something at times forgot to mention. America has come under sharp international criticism because illegal immigrants are being held on civil charges, not criminal, so they shouldn't be in solitary at all. To make the outrage complete, there's some sob stories. An illegal immigrant from Yemen was put in solitary for not following instructions to go to the meal area and for refusing meals. Poor guy was a devout Muslim fasting for Ramadan. Another illegal, a gay guy from Mexico, was held in solitary for his own protection. So you see, the bigots and homophobes are running things at ICE. Dr. Terry Cooper's a shrink who studies solitary confinement at a Berkeley, California graduate school, accuses ICE of excessive force by using solitary confinement, because these are civil detentions, and he calls this a civil rights abuse. The New York Times admits detained illegals are put in solitary in less than 1% of all cases, but America is nevertheless guilty. Those who broke our laws are, of course, innocent. Just another reason liberals are demanding total amnesty for the poor, helpless, innocent, illegal immigrants.
Benjamin Franklin once wrote,
Nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes.
Hold on there, Benji.
Oh.
You can't even rely on that much thanks to identity thieves.
Pardon?
Tax forms have all your personal info in one place. And this is the season when it can get emailed, shared, and possibly exposed to identity thieves. They might even try to file your tax return before you do.
This shan't stand.
No, it shan't. Because LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to identity threats. If you become a victim, a dedicated US-based specialist will help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but LifeLock helps you keep what's yours. Join today and save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS. That's promo code NEWS for 25% off at LifeLock.com. And remember,
25% saved is 20.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
This is Zayden, and listen to my dad, the Beard. Oh yeah, and the Boomer too.
Patsy Cline, I'm a full home green bee looking for honey. Ahoo, play something country. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. I'm so glad you're with us this morning. What would we do without you? We don't know. Chick-fil-A Decatur is hiring, folks. Chick-fil-A in Decatur. Mackenzie over there at there's a store on 31 South and on the Beltline. You already know how great their food is. What you probably don't know is how great it is to work there. I can tell you how great it is. I worked at Chick-fil-A. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Can you tell? That's, interview tips. Ready?
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And they'll come refill your drink too.
Yeah, they will. It's unbelievable.
Best place.
Well, once they open up I don't know, are they open back on the inside yet?
No, it's still pick up and delivery.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's a national decision or if it's on the individual basis. But in Athens, they are only open for the drive-through. So, but anyways, they are hiring, and they would love to have you or your child or whomever is looking for a job. Run over there, tell Mackenzie the Beard sent you. Let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring our show, and they will take great care of you. So before we went to break, we teased a pastor going to jail. This is a package from Glenn Beck's show that we are going to listen to now. Go ahead, Connor.
This is a pastor up in Canada. He's been arrested. He is now in the Edmonton Remand Center. So you know, That is a maximum security prison where the worst of the worst are being held when they don't qualify for bail. This is the place where if you are so dangerous, you can't be held anywhere else. This is our Sing Sing. This is the worst of the worst Canadian prisons. Do you know what his crime was? He held services on Sunday and wouldn't comply with the 15% rule for the congregation. He was fined, then he was arrested, and then he came back and did it again and said, sorry, I can't not do a service on Sunday. My faith compels me to do it. He's now in a maximum security prison. He's in confinement and about to be released into the general population. He's going to be mighty popular. If you don't know who Ezra Levant is, you should. He is the founder of Rebel News up in Canada, which is, I don't know which one of us started first, but it's basically the Blaze up in Canada. I don't know why we're not closer partners, because he is a true defender of liberty, and it's hard. Harder in Canada to tell the truth than it is here in America, but we may be passing him, I fear, shortly. But we're all in the same boat. Ezra, tell me this story. Tell me how this is happening in Canada.
Well, as you correctly point out, Pastor James Coates and his Grace Life Church, they believe that they have a higher law to follow in terms of this pandemic. I mean, you can see his point from its own point of view, but even if you're not Christian, pull back the camera a bit. Restaurants are allowed to be open. Big box stores like Walmart and Costco, throughout the entire time, liquor stores, marijuana stores. But the church has harsh limits on it. It doesn't even make sense from a secular or public health point of view, let alone if your mission in life is to be a Christian. And I note that there have been other lockdown violators in Canada, in Alberta, in Edmonton, but they have only been fined. As far as I know, Pastor Coates is the only person in Canada to be imprisoned. And you're correct to point out, I spoke to his lawyer last night from the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. They're doing great work there. He isn't just in a maximum security facility. I understand that for COVID reasons, he's being isolated for 14 days. That's called solitary confinement, which some people say is tantamount to torture. You go mad. You can't get visitors even from your family. And one last layer, and this boggles the mind, I should say that throughout Canada, and I think in some jurisdictions in America too, actual violent prisoners were let out of jail so they didn't catch COVID. So we're letting the criminals out and we're putting a pastor in. It's a moral inversion. I find it deeply troubling.
So, Ezra, you're a lawyer by craft, by trade, and you are, you don't have the First Amendment, which we do. A protection.
Yeah, that was my question. Is like, what are the rules in Canada?
Quite frankly, but our Supreme Court just ruled that you can't treat the churches differently. They don't have special exemption. At least this is the way this court interprets it. The state can come in and say you can't hold a service, but that's if everything else is closed. You cannot treat them differently. You don't have that protection. What protections does he have, or do people of faith have in Canada?
Right. I haven't practiced law in a while, but I am very familiar with our version of your Bill of Rights. We call it the Charter of Rights. It is not as strong as your Constitution, but we have a version of the First Amendment. It's Section 2A of our Charter.
That sounds way less cool than the First Amendment. Section 2A.
Says it can only be overridden in the most extreme cases. I should say that the pandemic has fallen off a cliff in Alberta. Cases are down 80%.
Wow.
There is no genuine emergency. The models of the jurisdiction of how many people would be dead are completely false and haven't been, they were proven not true. I believe that the lockdown itself has become the purpose. It's not a means to end a virus. It's become its own ideology. People believe in it like a superstition. They wear a mask as a sort of flag. And the
Come on, Ezra.
On churches so hard, Glenn, this is just my hunch, is because if you go to a church, if you're a true believer, that means you believe in another ideology, another philosophy besides lockdownism, and you have a strength of character to say, I'm not going to go along with this, it's madness, because I believe in something else that's stronger. A lot of people are cottoning on to the lockdownism as their new belief system. They scold people who are not as virtuous. I'm wearing 2 masks, you're only wearing 1. I can snitch on my neighbor and I'm morally superior. It has rewired our cultural norms. And who resists that? I put it to you, people who go to church or synagogue and have a stronger set of beliefs. The churches are being picked on. Quick example, in the neighboring province of Saskatchewan,
I keep wanting to turn this off,
there's
but
a very poor church that ministers to Indigenous people. They have received a $14,000 lockdown fine because they were blamed for an outbreak that in fact started at the casino in town that was open. So the casino's open, that's fine.
That's
but
crazy.
The church that ministers
that's enough, Connor. That's all I can handle of that. But so that courtesy of the Glenn Beck Show on Blaze TV. But that gives you kind of an eye into what's going on in Canada. When we come back, we're going to talk about that lockdownism, the ideology that is lockdownism, how it has come to define a people group, a segment of the world, if you will. And hey, God bless the USA, even in its current form. I mean, it's not what it's supposed to be, but by God, it's better than Canada. That's obvious and quite apparent. This is Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
Bye, hon. Running late. Love you.
Hey, hon, you forgot your coffee.
For the days you need it most. Don't worry. Perk up and percolate with us.
Put some love in your day with Just Love Coffee Cafe in Huntsville. From our award-winning specialty coffee to our unique and quirky menu, our customers at Just Love Coffee have found us to be a great spot for the highest quality coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner. You'll want to try our delicious waffles, wraps, sandwiches, and more. At Just Love Coffee, we're the place to go when you're by yourself, but don't want to be alone. We're the place to go when you want to catch up with friends. We're the start and end point of your morning run. Stop by the Just Love Coffee Cafe today on Memorial Parkway Southwest in Huntsville, and friend us on social media at Just Love Huntsville and brewing soon at Just Love Madison on Hughes Road across from Madison City Hall. Just Love Coffee. Eat, drink, love.
4.
Dan, where you been?
Well, it's hard to golf with bulky oxygen tanks, so I went to AeroCare and got a lightweight portable oxygen concentrator that I wear like a backpack.
Wow. Does insurance cover it?
They sure do. AeroCare called my insurance, and I had my machine the next day. I'm as free as a bird, or birdie.
AeroCare specializes in all respiratory equipment. If you have sleep apnea or are in need of oxygen, let AeroCare set you up. Call 256-469-3900. Let us help you breathe a little easier.
Got you covered. Screen printing and embroidery in Athens. Our team is here to help you with custom printed t-shirts that you want. And we know that means quality. At Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery, we focus on the highest quality and the fastest turnaround time possible. Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery on West Sandifer Road in Athens. Call to make an appointment with our graphic designer. She's awesome. 256-444-4500. That's 444-4500. And online at GotYouCoveredAthens.com.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport clips. It's good to be a guy.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. I was wondering why the Oklahoma City bomber is all over the screens today, and then I remembered Merrick Garland was the prosecutor on that case, and his confirmation hearing starts today. So that ought to be a real gem there. He expected to receive bipartisan support and be. They're going to grill him, allegedly, but he will be confirmed, it would appear. So, last segment, we heard from Glenn Beck and Ezra Levant. Sorry, I wanted to make sure.
I almost said Cohen.
Who's Ezra Cohen?
I have no idea. Is that somebody's?
It's not even a person.
It just rolled off.
Right. Cohen just.
I don't know. It feel like
you see Ezra, you hear Cohen.
Like a Trump lawyer or something. I don't know. Ezra Cohen. That's got to be a real person.
Oh man, Google Ezra Cohen, please, and see if he is a real thing or not. But Ezra Levant, the founder of Rebel News in Canada, jumped in here and talked with Glenn about this persecution of this pastor, and we could spend a lot of time on the persecution of the pastor himself, but that's a uniquely Canadian thing. Canadian thing. In this country, we've not quite gotten to jailing our pastors, right? Like we are persecuting our what is it, McCormick or John MacArthur out in California, right? Like they're after him pretty hard, but last month the court ruled that you can't treat him differently. In Canada, their Charter of Rights, or whatever it's called, in Section 2A, see what I did there?
Hey.
Canada A? In Section 2A, that their rights are not as strong and can be limited in certain circumstances. And so I think that comparing the two would be propagandist. It would be fear porn. It would be, that's not what's happening. But what I would like to talk about very specifically is the concept of lockdownism and ideology becoming. This pandemic response plan has become a religion of sorts in a lot of ways for a lot of people. And what we've seen is a group of people that come to the altar of the high priest of health, Mr. Fauci, to worship at his feet and to practice the religion of lockdownism. And what we're seeing is just a emotional response to a scientific problem.
And the lockdownism is very picky choosyism also.
Well, yeah.
It's not just even across the board. And back to that pastor, I got a lot of respect for him.
Sure.
And
do your thing, big dog.
He's sticking to his guns.
And I hope that one day the Lord will look at him and say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And I'm sure that he will. If his life is representative of what his convictions are right now, he's in a high-security, solitary confinement, lockdown situation for his faith. The Lord would delight in that, right? Paul wrote about it 16 times.
That's what I was about to say. You can't help but think about Paul.
No, Paul wrote about it from jails all over. After being beaten and whipped and dang near stoned.
And look at the time gap, and then look where we're at now.
That's right. No, that's exactly right. And so from that perspective, we can't really compare that because we don't experience that here in this country yet. But what we do experience is this politicization. Yeah, that word. Somebody say it. Yeah, there it is.
Politicization?
No, politicization. When they make it political, how about that? The mask became political. The pandemic became political. It became a political football to get booted around and tossed around. 866-494-9866 if you want to join us and add to this the ideology, the worshiping of the pandemic response. 866-494-WVNN. This is he said, I wear two masks, so I have more high ground. Or how many stories have we seen about, so-and-so at the Dunkin' Donuts, Karen getting all fired up over, we had a fist fight last week on an airline.
And then what I felt whenever all this started, it's like, okay, we're going to shut down all the places that pay the least amount of taxes, and churches paid no taxes. And then you got that one native Canadian church they was talking about got fined. What was it, $14,000? Ended up being the casino's fault, really.
And the casino's still running. Do you know why? Let me help you understand this. simple folks out there. For those of you that are like us, look, we just a bunch of simple boys over here. There's not a smart one amongst us, okay? We were just a bunch of good old boys that found our way through. And let us break it down for you in simple English, okay? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Why do you think casinos are open? Where do you think that casino revenue goes? I'll wait.
Liquor stores.
Why do you think liquor stores are open? Owned by the state. You realize
Home Depot.
that the ABC stores are owned by the state, and then privatized liquor stores pay so much in taxes. I have a buddy of mine that owns a liquor store over here, and his tax bill on a monthly basis is about $8,000. Why do you think they're open? I'll wait. Because there's something to be gained by the government by keeping these establishments open. And a lot of you want to look at Biden and say, oh, it's Biden's fault. Let me tell you something. It starts at the local level. It's your governor. You know who decided to keep the Alabama liquor stores open? It wasn't Biden. It's Kay Ivey. You know who decided to persecute the churches in Kentucky? It wasn't Biden. It was Kentucky's governor. It was the mayor of that city. And where we're at in this, look, no one is saying this virus isn't real. Oh, you're a science-denying redneck, you backwoods ignorant fool, you. I'm not saying this virus is very real. And look, if you have a weakness, this son of a gun will exploit the heck out of it. And it'll get you. It'll kill you deader than a hammer. No doubt about it. Scares the heck out of me for my great-grandmama, my grandma, whoever, right?
The whole war on religion right now, you know, when what we're talking about, it just feels so China communist-ish.
Yeah, and again, we're not saying we're living in China. I mean, there are a lot of conservatives out there that are we're in China. We're not there. We're not there, okay? We're not there. But we're not far.
Persecution's coming, and it's slow and small.
Yeah, started, like I said, like we talked about before, they're like dumbing people down and making things, you know.
And then it's, you know, whenever you're in the habit of going and doing something all the time, and then you get away from that, such as church, it's hard to get back going, or a gym, or
eating right, or
a diet, anything. When you get off, it's hard to get back on. And I just feel like the motives are a little deeper than what we're being shown. And we need to wake up to that.
We got a couple emails in from the website. If you guys want to contact us, go to boomerandbeard.com, click on Contact Us, and you have a little contact form there. Shane Beeson, shout out to Shane. He said he really enjoys the show. Thank you, Shane. We appreciate you. Here's another one that we had from the other days. This is from Richard. Richard says, as far as people that are mad getting involved in local politics, don't Republicans already run this state? Haven't they run it for decades? And don't we rank like 46 or 47 in just about everything? Well, I don't know what that means. Connor, do you have any idea what he's talking about, where we rank 46, 47?
In a lot of statistics, yeah, Alabama's toward the bottom, education, poverty.
Okay. So this is – well, no, but he doesn't, because he does on one hand, but from where we were coming, our point was not that we need more Republicans running the state. I don't want more politicians running the state. I want more people like you and I to get involved and get active and have our voice heard. And for us to really get involved at a local level and choose candidates that represent us and who we are, represent us truly and who we are.
No, the Republican Party needs to overhaul as well.
It does. And the problem with the two-party system is exactly where we're at right now. Yep. And so that's why my vote wasn't for Biden or Trump. That's why I voted for a third-party candidate.
And lack of term limits.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we'll ever get that passed. That's somebody voting for their own.
It's kind of hard to vote yourself out of a job.
Yeah, that's right, especially when there's power and money tied to it.
We need a George Washington, many of them. I mean, that's the only person to ever say.
Is he the one that couldn't tell a lie?
No, that was Abe.
Oh.
But no, George Washington was the one they wanted him to pretty much be king. He's like, no, I'm just going to do 2 terms and that's it.
See the one with a pot on his head? That was Johnny Appleseed. My bad. I get confused. All these.
But we need more Washingtons.
We just need patriots that are willing to get out there, have their voice heard, and to truly get involved in something meaningful. I mean, it's not about putting. Rich, I hear what you're saying, buddy. I do. Yeah, we've got Republicans running this state, and we're 47th or 46th or whatever in a lot of things. And I don't think Democratic leadership's going to do any better than where we're at right now. In fact, I would say we would be worse off. But what we do need is people that are active in local politics who are willing to get their hands dirty, get their voice heard, and make look, I don't care who is in office. I don't care if it's someone who identifies and represents my beliefs and what I believe, and they're going to stand up to the man. They're going to look. If you're going to take the biggest donor, and look, I'm in the radio business. Okay, we talk about this on the show all the time. Maybe off mic, but we still talk about it. There are certain sponsors, certain people that are not worth taking their sponsorships from. Because there are other things that are ulterior motives. There are things that are tied to it. There's strings attached. There's all kinds of stuff. You think it's bad in radio. It's really bad in the political world, right? Because you take money from Jim Doe, and Jim Doe needs something. He needs something.
Yeah, well, you got to look past what looks right and look at what looks good, or
That's
versus what looks good,
right?
And make it what looks
well,
right.
And it ain't about just, hey, I want to donate to the cause. No, I'm trying to buy a favor. Right. I'm trying to buy a favor.
Like, I'm going to give you this, but what am I going to get back out
That's
of it?
right. I'm going to give you this here for fill in the blank for return, right?
Too much selfishness in everything, especially politics.
Well, and greed.
Yep.
And I've said this from the very beginning of this show. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Anytime you have the opportunity of power. Look, these people in Washington are working together behind our backs. They act like they hate each other in front of your face, and then they're going to the bar at night, hanging out, kicking it. Their kids are going on vacation together. You know why? Because they present what they need to present as a facade to you, so you keep voting them in, and then they keep the power, they keep the money, they keep being in the ruling class, they keep doing what they want to do, and you sit back and you just watch. And there's nothing you can do about it because we've given them so much power, it's impossible to supplant their power and remove them from office. But this country, as far as I can tell, we still have a right to redress our government, and we need to start utilizing our right to do so. This is Boomer and the Beard. This is our Tuesday morning edition. Dale Jackson is next. We love you so much. Have a great day.